So they was 2 other times, blood, that I did pranks and it got people hurt. And I was just gonna tell you about them. I ain't proud of this shit, but it happened, blood. It fucking happened. And the first one, blood, you probably don't know where Cordelia is. It's like a suburb outside Vallejo. It's closer to Fairfield. It's kind of between Fairfield and Vallejo. And they used to have this nasty fucking tweaker motel called the Overnighter Lodge. I think it's still there. They may have changed the name to it, but the motel's still there. But back in the day, blood, because we used to stay there sometimes, have like a weekend drug fest and shit. But I discovered something when I was staying there, blood. I discovered you could call into the rooms. If you called their main office, it gave you the option to dial directly into each individual room. So I discovered something funny to do. If me and my homies, like me and Stench, was drinking late at night or something, we start calling up them rooms like 3 or 4 in the morning and start harassing them people, blood. And I just kept taking it farther and farther. And we all knew the manager there, blood. It was like some Indian people owned it, but they had this skinny white bald dude. He was the manager. He was kind of an asshole too. So I thought it'd be funny to fuck with this guy. So we called in a room on the bottom floor. And I could tell this motherfucker was a thug when he answered the phone, blood. As soon as he answered the phone, I let him have it, blood. I told him I was the fucking manager calling from the front office. I was calling his room because I had complaints that motherfuckers was in there smoking crack. And I started getting mean with him, blood. I started insulting his woman. I told this fool I sized him up early. I'm gonna take you out, blood. You got 5 minutes to get out of my hotel, get your shit, get the fuck out of my hotel. I'm gonna grab you and throw you out. I told this motherfucker I was gonna grab him by the scruff of his neck and throw his ass out the fucking door. I started talking a lot of shit to this motherfucker. A lot of mean shit to this dude. And like I said, he thinks I'm the manager. He thinks I'm throwing his ass out and I'm doing it violently. And this motherfucker ain't saying nothing, blood. He just huffing and puffing on the phone like a bull. He's like... Before I hang up the phone, blood, I said something like, if you ain't at that hotel by the time I come banging on that door, blood, it's on something. I'm gonna fuck you up, something like that. I hang up with this fool. I immediately call that front office where that bitch ass manager's at. I tell him we got a major water leak in that room. We got an emergency. You need to get down here immediately. Please hurry. And I knew something bad was gonna happen, but I knew by doing that, by sending that manager down to that room after I hyped that fool up, talking all that shit to him, I knew something bad was gonna happen. But I didn't know for a couple of days, but Stench found out, told me, blood, that it was all bad, but it was all fucking bad. I mean, like, I shouldn't have done that shit, because that dude fucked up that manager bad. Dude came running down the door, was banging on the door and shit, and motherfucker thought it was on. So once that dude opened the door, blood, he just started firing on that manager, blood. Manager dropped after, like, the first hit, and dude didn't stop. Dude just kept hitting him and shit. Dude that's not even working there anymore. You have to leave on medical and shit. It's all because some stupid shit we did as a joke, you know. But that one probably ain't even the worst, though, blood. That's what we did to this girl. It was really fucked up. And we was youngsters, blood. We didn't know what the fuck this was going to do, blood. So I used to carry around something called syrup of ipecac. I don't know if you ever heard of that before. But after Vallejo went bankrupt, they was trying to clean up the streets again. And they set out this big task force. We was all hearing about it. So I started taking syrup and ipecac with me as a backup in case I had to swallow my shit. Because I figured if they gonna roll up on me while I'm doing my thing, I could just swallow my shit, blood. And once it's gone, I could just take that syrup and ipecac and just throw it all up. Syrup and ipecac, it make you vomit, blood. It make you vomit violently too. And it can be fucking fatal if you take too much of that shit. But we was stupid ass youngsters. We didn't fucking know. We having some party down on Fairgrounds Drive, I think it was. We was getting fucked up. There's this loud ass, obnoxious, stupid ass bitch fucking hood rat. Nobody can stand this bitch. She drunk as fuck. She acting even more obnoxious than usual. Stench like asked her if she wants to try some lean, some scissor. I knew what the fuck he was doing. He's like, hey, blood, give me that syrup and ipecac. But I shouldn't have done it, but I shouldn't have fucking done it, blood. But I gave it to him. I was drunk as fuck. I thought it would be funny too, blood, but it wasn't. So Stench like, hey, here you go, hood Brad. He gives her a lot of that shit, blood. Like everything that was in that bottle. And I didn't want this motherfucker doing it at this point. But like I said, I was curious as hell what was going to happen with somebody drinking that much syrup and Ipecac. But I don't know how much time passed, but maybe 3 minutes or something. I don't even know. But and this bitch, blood, like, man, I never seen someone throw up like that before. But this bitch was throwing up like everything but the kitchen sink. Blood. It was insane. It was like violent throw up, and it was all over there. Like, it was the whole like living room was just full of like that vomit, blood. It was disgusting, blood. I think she had to go to the doctors too, blood. I'm pretty sure she ended up having to go to the hospital because that shit stupid, blood. But we thought it was funny back then. It ain't funny though, blood. It ain't funny at all. But that shit I did in China though, blood, especially on Halloween, that shit was hilarious, blood. I'm gonna tell you about that next video though.